What this video shows is a representation of the evolution of the Lycos.com web portal. Lycos began as a research project by Michael Loren Malden of Carnegie Mellon University in 1994. Bob Davis became the CAO and first employee of the new company in 1995. After unsuccessfully attempting to turn the business into a software company selling an enterprise version of the search software, Davis concentrated on building the company into an advertising-supported web portal. Lycos enjoyed several years of growth during the 1990s and became the most visited online destination in the world in 1999, with a global presence in more than 40 countries. Lycos grew from its origin in 1995 as a search engine to become a multi-branded internet portal operating several different websites that offered a variety of services. Lycos formed partnerships with numerous content providers for such areas as books, health information, news and more. After going public in 1996, it acquired a wide range of companies providing content and services. It also expanded internationally by forming joint ventures in Asia, Japan, Latin America and Europe. The acquisition of Lycos by Terra Networks gave Terra Lycos unprecedented access to more than 50 million telephony and wireless customers throughout the world. The name Lycos was derived from a Latin word for a special kind of spider that leaves its web to hunt. Lycos spider technology utilized software robots to scan the internet and abstract the home pages that it found. This video gives an answer on how the Lycos.com homepage represents the business strategy of Lycos, or Terra Lycos, which was formed in October 2000 by the merger of Spain's Terra Networks and the popular internet portal and search engine Lycos. Lycos originated as a search engine, but wanted to grow in the direction of a web portal. A web portal, also known as a links page, presents information from diverse sources in a unified way. Apart from the standard search engine feature, web portals offer other services such as email, news, stock prices, information, databases and entertainment. Portals provide a way for enterprises to provide a consistent look and feel with access control and procedures for multiple applications and databases, which otherwise would have been different entities altogether. In 1998, Lycos CAO Robert Davis made a change in his acquisition strategy. The company's focus for now on was more on communities than on becoming a portal. Davis said, "The concept of portal doesn't work for me anymore, because if you talk about long-term revenue out of the web, you need not to just get users onto the site, but also keep them there all day," Davis said. Communities do that. Whowere is a provider of email and homepage technology, yellow and white page listings, classifieds ads and other information. Also Lycos bought Tripod, which provided free web pages to about 1 million users, with news and commentary tailored to young adults. The acquisition was expected to increase traffic to the Lycos site and was part of Lycos' strategy to build online communities around targeted content. Both Lycos and Tripod were among the top 10 most visited sites on the web, with Lycos recently introducing email and chat capabilities. In these images, the market areas where the hyperlinks to different community servers emerge. In April 1999, Lycos replaced its proprietary directories on Lycos and Hotbot with the Open Directory, a guide to the web that was operated by some 8,000 volunteers. The Open Directory project is an open content directory of internet links. It is owned by Netscape, but it is constructed and maintained by a community of volunteer editors. ODP uses a hierarchy ontology scheme for organizing site listings. Listings on a similar topic are grouped into categories, which can then include smaller categories. One of the original motivations for forming ODP was the frustration that many people experienced in getting their sites listed. However, other search engines and web portals have since implemented a paid service for timely consideration of site submissions. That lead has been followed by many other directories. Some accept no free submissions at all. By contrast, the ODP has maintained its policy of free site submissions for all types of site, the only one of the major general directories to do so. One result has been a gradual divergence between the ODP and other directories in the balance of content. The pay for inclusions model favors those able and willing to pay, so commercial sites tend to predominate in directories using it. Conversely, the directory meant by volunteers will reflect the aims and interests of those volunteers. The ODP lists a high proportion of informational and non-profit sites. Recently, criticism of ODP's hierarchical structure emerged. Many believe hierarchical directories are too complicated. As the recent emergence of Web 2.0, taxonomies began to appear. These people thought taxonomies, networks and directed graph are more natural and easier to manage than hierarchies. Underlying some controversy surrounding ODPs is its own ownership and management. Some of the original volunteers felt they had been deceived into joining a commercial enterprise. At ODP's inception, there was little thought given to the idea of how ODP should be managed, and there were no official forms, guidelines, or facts. In essence, ODP began as a free-for-all. As time went on, the ODP editor forums became the de facto ODP parliament, and when one of ODP's staff members would post an opinion in the forums, it would be considered an official ruling. Even so, ODP staff began to give trusted senior editors additional editing privileges, including the ability to approve new editor applications, which eventually led to a stratified hierarchy of duties and privileges among ODP editors, with ODP's paid staff having the final say regarding ODP's policies and procedures. The markings in the image highlight the category bar of Lycos, which is different from the ODP hierarchy categorization. Also, the web page is redesigned and now has a more prominent place for the community tools in the special box on the left top. There appears a link called Mobile, which is probably a result of the acquisition of Lycos by Terra Networks, which gave Terra Lycos unprecedented access to more than 50 million telephony and wireless customers throughout the world. The search engine technology now used by Terra Lycos is called FAST, which also powers all the Web.com and other regional portals. It's a multimedia crawler, including Flash sites and a real-time news crawler. It has a special crawler farm dedicated to paid inclusion pages, which checks for updates every 24 hours. What is surprising in these web pages is that when Lycos.com in the year 2000 was bought by Terra Networks, the prominent placing of the Lycos community tools on the websites such as Tripod, Angel Fire, dating service Matchmaker and Quote are gone for a while and appear again in 2005, as you can see on the bottom of the web page. After the takeover of Lycos.com by Terra Networks, businesses went not very well in the following years. Terra Networks acquired Lycos.com for a staggering $12 billion and sold it in 2005 to an Asian business called Daum, which paid $1 million. What is noticeable on the webpage of Lycos.com is that the emphasis from that point lay more on multimedia and less on the forming communities. This is possibly a result of the selling of business parts of Lycos.com because of the loss of advertising revenues and popularity of Lycos services value. Analysts warned Daum that the US-based Lycos.com would not be successful because the company's lack of products that could penetrate the US market. Still, at that time Lycos placed 7th on the list of the largest internet portals of the United States for it drawing 60 million visitors on a monthly average, but controlled only 0.2% of all search traffic. The video shows that from the year 2001 the focus of Terra Lycos and later of Daum was highly concentrated on multimedia content, which is a sign of a business strategy to keep the visitors for longer time periods on the website, just as it tried earlier with its community tools. As the focus of competition shifting to search marketing and online games, Daum has struggled to keep up and since then conceded the top of the search engine market. There is a gap of 2 years in the Web Archive that results in the lack of archived web pages in 2009 and 2010. The present Lycos.com web page of 2010 shows a slimmed search engine with less multimedia and community tools. This video showed the history of Lycos.com by visually and textual analysis and showed partly the business strategy which is represented by the Lycos.com web page.